Yeah, it's testing day. Sweet. We're gonna go put this thing in the dirt. So it's about, I don't know, 4:30 in the morning. So we're about to head out of I-10, go meet up with the shock therapy guys. Got to pick up my buddy Ramon Estevillo, my buddy Jeff Furrier. He just put in an awesome seat yesterday, man. Thank you, Jeff, for doing that. So we're gonna head up shock therapy. We're gonna go put this thing in the dirt today. Let's have some fun. All right, Tony. I'm going testing with Justin today for the first time. What can I expect? Is he gonna drive me nuts?
Yeah, he's gonna ride it right off the rails for you.
Really?
Show you how to really drive that car.
Okay, good. So he told me the other day, he said, dude, I'm gonna take you out in whatever car he's gonna bring. And I'm gonna show you how fast we can go. And then you have to go that fast in the RS1.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
He's gonna put me to the pace.
Keep up.
Yep.
Or get nerfed.
All right, let's see how it goes, man. Thanks.
Yep.
Like super deep.
Super deep. You recording?
Yeah.
What? Recording. We're getting famous. So, right here at the Geiser Loop, doing a little bit of testing. It's called Geiser Loop because Geiser's been testing trophy trucks in this spot for years and years and years. And there's a lot of rocks, so a lot of dirt, and a lot of ruts that have been pushed down so far. The rocks are starting to come out of it. So it's really choppy and really rough. It's a good spot to go and try and make things come loose.
Sounds good. We're gonna give him hell today. Just try to shake this head up and see what it's made of.
All right, GoPro's on. We're gonna practice lap in, and then I'll come back and mic you up once you talk to Justin.
He's going to take him for a lap so he knows what it is. And maybe you can go follow him and bump him. parts of this is just not as rocky.
Okay. I mean, it seems good. I don't think I was going maybe 65, 70 down some of those, and it felt like it was doing good. I feel like I could push it some more, but if I did, I would be a little bit on edge.
Well, I mean, you know, you've never even driven one of these. You probably should put another 20 miles on it out here and get where you are comfortable with it.
But I've never driven a side-by-side that feels as good, so it drives amazing. And it's super fun too.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing about these is they just kind of feel like you're in a go-kart that does what you want at any moment in time.
It really does.
As opposed to like a two-seater or something wider, and that it's kind of weird and wiggles one way, but the other way it doesn't.
Right.
And this thing is exactly the same everywhere you go with it.
It seems like my vision is come back a little bit, like more towards the car. So I have to be able to react quicker than I used. Like I could slowly react if I see it way further ahead.
Yeah.
But now it's like come back a little bit, so I gotta like be a little bit more on top of it. I noticed that I was riding with my foot not necessarily resting on the dead pedal. It was like I was hanging it in the air over the brake just in case, like a safety.
Right.
Because I wasn't quite sure yet. So.
Well, and that's kind of what I meant by you might want to throw another 20, 30 miles on it before you really start doing any kind of tuning suggestions or picking anything apart to change, because you might find that driving it a little bit more aggressive could change the one thing you don't like.
That's a really good point.
Seat time's the only thing that's going to save you.
Yeah.
It's like anything. You got to break it in. You got to break yourself in and
Well,
the machine.
That's the fastest I've gone in a year and a half.
Right.
So even if I didn't have anything wrong with me, I would still need that same.
Sure.
I'm pretty surprised though, man. Like, pat myself on the back that I was able to do that. I think it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, fact.
So I'm looking forward to it actually.
Good.
Like,
I'm glad you're excited, because I was worried you could go one way or the other, where you know you're totally comfortable and ready to go, or totally not comfortable and concerned about being there.
There was a couple times out there I was a little bit puckered. Like I was like, maybe this is not like, and then I started like you said, put another lap in. So, you know, maybe I should go testing. I know we're gonna go and pre-run the Monday before the World Championship, so maybe I should do a couple reps.
I think you should. I think you should have 1,500 miles on that car before you even go on the pre-run.
Don't tell Craig. No, I do think that's a good idea though. And you know what? It might sound stupid, but it's like a workout for my eyes.
I don't think it sounds stupid at all.
You know what I mean?
think, you know, your brain needs to learn what that car's capable of, and you to be comfortable enough to do it.
I feel like that's a really true statement. Garcias.
What's fast in the desert stuff is using the berm to turn and not lifting when it gets rough.
Got it.
Those two things right there are fast. That's opposite of short course.
Right. It's like rating a two-stroke. Got it.
So just think about those two. If it's a little squirrely, that's fine, because you're in a rut, and the rut's telling it what to do.
Right.
It's not you.
I noticed that my lines were a little bit odd compared to what you told me to do. Like my initial thought was to do something else, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna do what Justin said.
So number one, miss the rocks. But two, if you stay in the rut and the straightaways, it'll stay straight for you. I just get out of the rut for any of the G outs. As soon as it's going to be a bottom out event, then I get out of the rut, hit the G out, get back in the rut.
Okay. Sometimes it did feel like it was trying to climb the rut.
And maybe that's just overall width issues, because this might be a little narrower than the trucks are out here making the rut. But
Got it.
you know, use the rut to your advantage. You almost don't even drive it if you're in it, and get out of the rut for the big stuff.
What an awesome time testing today.
What's this behind you? Oh, this looks like a George Hammel RS1. Weird. Why is it dirty? That is because we were out testing this car all morning long and getting George familiar with this thing after we've thrown Fox RC2s and a whole bunch of other things on this thing to make it a bad dude coming up to the championships. And George, Hi, how's it going,
Hello.
buddy? And weird that you're here.
Yeah, with the car, right? Dude, we had so much fun this morning. It was awesome.
Tell us a little bit about you getting back up to speed on this thing. Now, we went out to a rough test spot and were able to run a couple of laps.
Yeah, so at first, like when you showed me, like Justin took me around in a KRX, which was fine, and we got to kind of just cruise around this little loop that we were doing. And he said, you can go this fast here, this fast there. And honestly, I was a little scared. But after I ended up cruising this thing on a couple laps, we were pretty much full wood the whole time, going down this back straightaway with all whoops, ruts, the whole deal, and it handled like a dream. So
back straightaway in our little test spot is pretty much pinned, and that was in this car almost 80 miles an hour.
yeah, so as fast as the car would go was, I think I got up to right around 78 maybe, so it was between 74 to 78 miles an hour or so, and it wouldn't really go anymore, so that was as fast as it could go. But if the car would go faster, the suspension would handle it.
And that's G-outs, that's whoops, that's pretty
Big
much
ruts
everything.
too, yeah.
Big ruts and big rocks.
Big ruts and big rocks, so it was really cool. And then even coming in the corners, like with the braking bumps and stuff, it was able to come in the corners, and those big trophy truck whoops going through the corners, it handled it like nobody's business.
Fox RC2s are a badass option on an RS1, and if Mitch was here, he'd tell you that's the first thing to do.
Yep.
I think they really wake the car up. If you guys have one, you just do not know what next level is until you run one on these things. And I just thought it was really awesome to watch George come from, you know, almost losing your life in a race,
Yeah.
to the first time you've actually been in a car was today, and literally within like 3 or 4 laps, you were pinned. There was like, you didn't skip a beat.
I was a little scared, like I said. Like, it was a little bit intimidating because I didn't know how things were gonna go. And all I did was drive this thing off the trailer, and so we just kind of went for it to see what happened. But I really appreciate you coming out and spending time with us, Justin.
Well, it was awesome to watch you get right back up to speed. It's
Thanks,
pretty
dude.
Cool. Hey,
Don't forget, before you guess the next weight, you gotta come visit us at the UTV World Championship. I want to shake everybody's hand for paying attention because we love all you guys for all the support. That's why this project's called #WinningAtLife.
there it is, winning at life.
Yeah, we're stoked, man. Thank you very much, RJ. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Justin, and obviously thank you to the guys at Evo too for coming on board and doing all this stuff. We couldn't do it without Craig Scanlon.
I was gonna say, when you thank Craig.
Yeah, he's a badass for letting us do this.
I don't know if you got any shots of this, but this thing is set up. Is this RC2s?
Yep.
Full shock therapy. This is gonna ride like a Cadillac.
What else is planned for the RS1 from here?
So next step is to go to the UTV World Championship. So that's in
3 weeks in Havasu.
So at Lake Havasu, and we also got an Airbnb with a pool, so you guys are welcome to come over and hang out.
We'll be there.
Yeah,
it'll
yeah.